What's going on, YouTubers, gamers, and hobbyists? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series you put on in the background whilst you hobby or paint along, and this is it. This is my final daily On the Bench for the festive season. This is the final one. And let's just crack on with it, because this year's coming to a close. It's here. Christmas is here. Sorry for the shaky camera, but we're here. We're here, we're hobbying. Can I get my bench cleared enough? We'll see in this episode. So grab everything you need, including beverages, and let's head on over to my workbench. Here we are on the bench. As I said, this dead ringer has been primed in necrotic flesh. He has been primed in that now. And yeah, he's come out rather well. I'm liking that a lot, I have to say. I'm just going to make a decision now whether I do the flesh before the bone structure. I'll do the organic stuff first and then the inorganic stuff. I'm not sure. I could do the bells, I guess. I could do the bells. But to one side. Right, we've got Zombicide Black Plague, the characters, and a fatty here. Oh, and a necromancer. So how many characters are there? 1, 2, 5, 6. Yes, because the Samson the dwarf, he's already done. He was done ages ago. Right, so that explains that mystery. And as it's Christmas, my beverage of choice, whatever, today is hot chocolate. It couldn't be no other, could it, really? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. Which is, of course, from The Shining. It's Christmas, so I'm having hot chocolate. If you want to have a hot chocolate, then please pause the video, go make yourself a hot chocolate. If that's what you'd rather have than a coffee or tea or water or whatever you have. Hot chocolate. I'm going to take a sip now. Ah, that's the taste of Christmas, alright. Oh, yeah. Right. So we've got about an hour of hobby time with me in the background yammering on. So I'm thinking this fatty's good enough. I really do. Might just put one little. No, less is more. Less is more. He feels done, actually. He feels, because there's a distinct difference, isn't there? Feels like he's been varnished, but I don't know. He doesn't actually. Let's put my glasses on. Let's examine him properly. If he'd been varnished, there'd be quite a bit of residue on the bottom. So I'm going to say he hasn't. I'm going to err on the side of caution and say he hasn't been. Going to varnish him. Necromancer, I think, has been varnished. I don't know, actually. It's very tricky. I'm going to varnish them quickly anyway. That'll get them off my bench. Because as I say, the fatty, he's, they're all cannon fodder at the end of the day. They're on the board, on the table. They don't last long. And so, yeah, I'm going with him being done. Just another quick little round of varnish. Don't think he's had it, but he has definitely now. Definitely now. So, Christmas then. I have a question for you, as I do in some videos. Well, I have a couple of questions for you. Maybe a few. Okay, first question. How is your Christmas going? And you can answer these questions down below, that's fine. How is your Christmas going? I'm going to cough, I think. Sorry about that. Nothing more annoying than a cough on a video. Right, I've varnished him. necromancer varnishing him too. Ha ha ha. Yeah, so how is your Christmas going? I hope it's going well. Mine is going really great in terms of vibes. We got really good vibes this year. You know, things are going okay. And yeah, I don't know if I've told you or whatever, or heck, I even know the outcome by now. But I had part one of an application, like a video interview thing, but it wasn't like a live video. It was a video where I had to record answers to certain questions, and I had to video it. And you send in the answers, and it gets scored or marked, I guess. So I'm going for a certain job in there. It's actually the same job title that Mrs. Mini Warzone used to do before she got a promotion, because I could do that sort of work now. How awesome is that? And that's all thanks to me taking a chance back in April, end of March, this year, on leaving Asda, because I'd done some courses in like Excel and Word and administration and various other things. I took a chance that I could do it in a working role, and it paid off. It paid off big time, because I scored a job with the police, which it's through an agency, but it's essentially working for Devon and Cornwall Police. So you're doing support work, and it's great stuff. It's dug us out of a hole, and so now I'm looking to further progress myself, get a permanent contract, which is what we need. We're in the process of sorting out our mortgage and all this kind of good stuff. Right, I've got Dutch here from Predator. What got Billy so spooked? What's got me spooked is that I've got to have to pull him off of this. I don't want to break anything. So I've got to glue him on a base, essentially. I've got to glue him on a base. It's gonna be fun. So I'm going to pop him down there. Right, wish me luck, guys. Pop my glasses back on. And heave. Hey, he came off fairly easy. That's good. He's off of that holding base. Now I've just got to trim up the bottom of his feet, because where you varnish them, they get a residue of varnish around the bottoms of their feet, which will show up on the black bases, and we don't want that. We don't want that at all. Funny thing happened. Well, it wasn't funny at the time. I went into the house earlier. I went to go to the loo, and wife and daughter are downstairs. They're doing their nails. My wife's doing nails for them both. And I go in the bathroom, and then locked. I'm like, what the heck's that about? I said, door appears to be locked. So it can't be ruled down here. Like, yeah, door's locked. So what I think happened is there's a catch like on the other side, which must have like just happened to close, be at the wrong angle when the door was shut. And yeah, when it closed, it locked the door. I thought I was going to have to break the door down, but my daughter, with her mechanical engineering background, was like, no, we can sort this out. And she manages to use a credit card, well, not a credit card, a business card, to slip in through the gap and lift the latch. Like, there you go, job done. Save the day. You can make me a hot chocolate now, which is how the whole hot chocolate thing came about. I thought, hot chocolate, yeah, good call. I'll have one of those. Coming out here to do on the bench, I'll have a hot chocolate too. And so that's how it happened. Right, I'm going to glue him. This is awesome stuff. Excuse me. Awful cough. It's not a tickly cough. It's just an annoying cough that comes every so often and is like, go away. So absorb some of that glue onto there. I don't want too much going on there. I don't want too much because it can make a white powder, like a powdery residue on the base of it. Okay, so on his base there. That is awesome. There he is. Wait for him to dry. And that's another one. Catachan Jungle Fighters are off the bench. Got them off the bench. I finished varnishing them last video, yesterday. I took them off the bench before I started here now because it's all done. I also primed my Dead Ringer model, of course, as well. Oh, we're getting close, guys. We're getting close. But let's not dally. Let's look at each of these characters in turn. Right, there's 5. Okay, so 5. Okay, so what can I do for him? A little bit of a shade wash, tiny bit, and a bit of blood. I think on his sword wouldn't go amiss. So shade wash on here, whatever that is, I'm not sure. There. Ah, it's looking good, looking good. Right. Now, bit of blood for the blood god. Baldrick he's called. I don't remember that. Right, so old Baldrick there. I'll put a bit of blood on his sword like he's got on his card. There. Excellent. Matter of waiting for him to dry. Varnish. He's done. Okay, so that's her. That's him, rather. Not her, him. Next, Anne. What have we got to do for Anne? So I have a look here. Just a little bit of brightening up of her the white sort of neck robe thing she's got going on. So, oh, hot chocolate. Let's have some of that. Hot chocolate is good. So I do an off-white. White. Do I do like a screen skull or pallid witch? Let's try pallid witch flesh, shall we? Because although it's quite bright, it is an off-white. I think anyone that has blood on them, I should probably go back over the varnish once it's varnished and do a bit of gloss on those areas. Yeah, maybe we'll see. Bits of paint flake in the way there, right? Aha. Got the heating on, so it's all nice and good. Yeah, so my first question to you was, how is your Christmas going? And as I say, ours is going splendid. Ours is going not your traditional Christmas route, but it's definitely heading in that direction. It's not traditional in terms of, well, like Mrs. Mini Warzone, for instance, is vegan. I was on a vegan diet for many months. I enjoyed it, but then when I got ill, when I was getting better, I had this craving for meat that was driving me nuts. It's true I could probably go back on the vegan stuff now, but I'd like to go vegetarian, I think, rather than vegan. My wife's full vegan, but I think I would rather go, or pescatarian. Is it pescatarian? Is that how you say it when you eat fish as well? Because I like fish. Oh, beautiful, beautiful hot chocolate. Right, so this is Anne. I'm going to be brightening up her her neck or top tabard bits. Okay. Can I get a better light in here for the bench? The lights that got changed in the studio are fantastic. I just need a better light for the actual bench itself now. I'll be away. Yeah, I'll be away. There we go. This off-white is pretty cool. Then I think when that's dry, I might be able to highlight the edges with actual bright white, so that's good. Right, so that's Anne's little bit more or less done, I think. So next up we have Clovis. Right. Nope. Next we have the elf. Let's get it right. Silas. Right, Silas. So what I've got to do on Silas then? Oh, well, he needs his arrowhead's doing. He needs his tunic going over as well. Right, Pallid Witch Flesh. I'm going to put on his wristband here. Then I'm going to apply an Agrex Earthshade over the top of it. And his tunic, so that way I can sort of blend the two together. It won't matter quite so much. Yeah, the whole vegan thing is interesting. There's some very interesting recipes out there for it. And I do mean that with, all sincerity. Flavours and smells are gorgeous. So it's going to be interesting. I'm thinking nut roast, because Mrs. Minnie was having nut roast. Obviously, our daughter isn't. She's just no. We don't force our views upon anybody else. So she is going to be just, having her usual turkey or whatever meat we have. Turkey crown, I think we're getting for her. And of course, the dog and the cat can have a little bit of that as well for a treat. Don't worry, I won't do it in excess. I'm not daft. Oh, more blood on the sword. We'll have a bit of that. More of a blood red gore thing going on. I mean, blood for the blood guard's all very well, but that's more like a glistening glistening blood. It might be a bit of that. I might be able to put a bit of glistening blood in. Actually, we'll do a bit of both, I think. Do a bit of blood for the blood god. Nice. I'll do the same for she's called Nelly. Wait for those to dry and then we'll be back. Yeah. So what else can Nelly have added to her model? Just a wash, really. I think we'll go non-oil. Personally, I think black highlights the white better, or it shows it's better for the recesses. I think. It's just my own personal view. So I'm putting it in. Again, we need to wait for that to dry. This is awesome. We're getting tons of progress done here, and I'm not actually doing that much. I think I'd seen that earlier. Hot chocolate, hot chocolate. You gotta have it while it's hot because hot chocolate. It's incredible. Right, the last one is Clovis. Right, well, he's got a lot of stuff going on. He's going to need non-oil. Got a lot of armour. He is wearing a lot of armour here. I have to say, he's wearing a ton of armour. And his shield as well, of course. I'll just do the bedroll, everything in that non-oil. And his hair, yeah, why not? Do his hair too. Hair and beard. Wait for him to dry. Oh, I'm so pleased with how this is turning out. Right, Dutch. I'd say he was glued. Put him with the others. Just got 2 left to do on that one. Right, so okay, so that's those guys. I think we can look at some metallics now. The table for the sci-fi terrain. I think we'll do the underneath bits in metallic here. First, I think what I should do is varnish the top. Not that I need the terrain piece. Let's just zoom out a little bit there. Not that I need the terrain piece varnished as such, because it's not going to be like picked up very often. But just for the purpose of painting the underside, I don't want to rub off any paint. And I know I might be using more later on the front side here. So I'm just creating a little save point here. So I want that as is there. There. That. Okay, this is good stuff. Right, so I've got other questions for you, of course. Of course, being this close to the new year, big question to you will be, do you have any New Year's resolutions? Now, sometimes I do them, sometimes I don't. This year is going to be one I'm going to try. Well, so 2 questions in one. Part one, do you have, well, 3 questions in one. Part 1 of the question, are you going to do any New Year's resolutions for the new year? Are you going to do any hobby resolutions? Are you going to do any personal resolutions? And if so, what? If you're comfortable talking about that. Myself, I will tell you I'm comfortable. My New Year's resolution is to lose weight, because lockdown hasn't helped me. It's been a case of too many takeout meals and, you know, not enough activity. And I'm aware of that. I am aware of that. So I'm actively working now to try and sort that. Now Christmas is almost over. New year, new start, and blah blah. Bob's your uncle. Right, let's bring in the Dead Ringer. Amazing model. I think Warp Lock Bronze will be a great paint to put on the bells on the top here. And I'm going to do that now. I'm going to do that. Going to use this palette again. This is just a bigger version of one of these, what I cut out for the base of this dude. I'll turn it upside down. It was, I didn't have a base that would fit him, so I was a bit disappointed about that. Right, so we've got Warp Lock Bronze. Now I want some airbrush thinner. There we are. So of course, Warp Lock Bronze. Leaking everywhere, so it's all over my hand. Oh, lovely. Ah well, acrylic paint, it'll come off. Alright, so let's thin this down. I'll wash my brush out in the metallics pot. There we are. Hot chocolate, baby. Mm. Oh, it's getting to that bit at the bottom of my mug where the chocolate's building up the residue. Ah, oh, gorgeous. I'm going to finish it before I continue. Ooh. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Right. Let's paint some bells on my Dead Ringer. Now these bells, well, they got cracks and chips in them, which is all good. It's a little bit transient. I might have thinned it down just a little bit too much, but it's a base paint, so I had little choice really, I felt. I like to go over some areas. So, end of the day, this model here is going to be for Call of Cthulhu primarily. That's the reason I got it. Not that it is a Call of Cthulhu theme, because it's got nothing to do with Cthulhu. But sometimes I want to do things other than Cthulhu, but we still use that sort of game system, if that makes sense. And I can't think of a better setting to do the creepy stuff in. Makes sense to do it in Call of Cthulhu, because that's where the real creepy stuff lies. You could do it in like the White Wolf worlds, the vampire werewolf stuff. You do it in that, because that's supernatural. Do creepy stuff in that, you could. But what I like about Call of Cthulhu is its down-to-earth nature with regards to the heroes or characters, or anti-heroes some of the time. Unless you're doing like Pulp Cthulhu or whatever, but if you're not, I love it because it just makes the characters more believable, more human, more susceptible to damage and fear. It's not like in a D&D game where you've got so many hit points, although there's an element of that in this, and you can heal quite quickly. Just take a magic potion or get the cleric to heal you, whatever. None of that here. If you're injured, it could take you literally months to heal, and while you're healing, you are at a disadvantage somewhat. It's just, the people aren't superheroes, they're not mega strong, they don't have all these fancy abilities. It's about knowledge. They could have some abilities, I'm not saying you don't have any, but it's definitely more down to earth in that respect, and then way out there in others regards. So, but it's a system I enjoy. I like it. It's very similar to Dungeons and Dragons, in my opinion. It's a similar system. It's not identical, but very similar. But you don't have like barbarians and archers and rangers and all these super. You get like a doctor, librarian, chemist, things like that. Photographer, reporter. The only thing I'm not uber keen on, although it works quite well, is the monetary system. You kind of just to see if you're a certain class, you can afford certain things, and it's to avoid clogging up the game. But I quite like the monetary side of things in a role-playing game, so I kind of house rule that I do that a little bit, or we do, or did rather, a little bit more than the. I'm generalising here, but the game rule system said to. If you was you had a level of income, like financial income or whatever, it's just assumed you could, I don't know, you could afford a certain hotel, like class of hotel, or you were homeless, or you barely afford a cup of coffee. Well, I like the monetary side of things. I like to keep track of that. I do. I don't find it game clogging at all. I enjoy it. It's part of what I enjoy. It says everybody's each to their own, right? Each to their own, right? There we go. Those bells are done now, and that's just how I feel about it. Right. Yeah. Turn that heater off. Whoa. Certainly warms up the place lovely in here, and the heating's on. It really does. I've bought a heater to encourage. I suppose in a way it's a pet heater. It's to encourage the guys to sleep next to each other, on it, near it, hoping it'll work. I am hoping it will work. I have high hopes for it. Okay. Right. Dare I go back to my zombicide? Dare I? Well, I don't rightly know. What do I say? I've done the bells. Think about that whilst it's drying. Right, let's have a look at this dude then. No, he's not dry yet. Right, we'll have to move on to someone else. So, someone such as... I've got a bottle of glistening blood. I just want that red for a dot on one of his things he's opening his coat to reveal. It could be a light or a lens. It could be anything. Right. Okay. Okay, we've got a bit of red on there. I don't know. Lenses on his goggles. Let's do the lenses on his goggles red too. What is he selling here? I think we need the old lead belcher out, don't we? Or what was the other one? Natural steel, I think. Natural steel. Let's use that. Right. We're going to use a few drops of thinner for this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 drops of thinner. Right, so we've covered how's your Christmas going? Have you got any New Year's resolutions? Okay, next question. And this might incorporate your New Year's resolution, I don't know. But just in case it doesn't, what, if any, special projects are you looking forward to in the new year? I myself am looking forward to doing my Indomitus box set. Because they're all built. And I'm super looking forward to painting them up. Because I'm really... I've got a couple of cans of lead belcher primer. I think that will help immensely with the Necron side of things. Phoned my mum earlier, she's alright. Just getting over yesterday. Tyres are out nowadays, that sort of thing. Tell her not to do it. She insists. Keeps saying, well, it's going to be my last Christmas. You know, I'll be dead by next Christmas. You know, full of cheery stuff like that.
But yeah, so she wanted to do it. Didn't get to see my brother, which was a shame, but at least I saw my sister. Okay, so that's him done. Right, oh yeah, so we'll get some natural steel. We'll have this gun. There's a steel gun. We can make the handle a different colour, but we'll have the main gun like a steel casing. I can hear seagulls again. It keeps reminding me of where I want to live, which is in a place called Seaton. Yes. I'm just doing his knee pads now. Now, what was I going to say? Yeah, so my Project Indomitus box set, that's kind of like going to be the big project for me. Now, Steve from Who Took My Dice YouTube channel, he's got an awesome project he's going to be doing next year. He's making this Hive World like diorama thing got going on. It looks amazing. He's got this like a, I don't know, like a display unit thing with different levels on, but he's converting it. He's going to be converting it up to different levels, like with lifts and different levels of Hive World representing. So the bottom level will be like where all the gangs fight it out and very dirty and grimy, and the top level will be all nice and clean and all that kind of thing. But he's got this lift system interconnecting them all. Looks really good. I'm super looking forward to what he does with it. If you're watching, Steve, hey, I can't wait to see the results, mate. Looking forward to that. He's done some preliminary drawings for the preparation and planning of it. So you can see straight away he's serious about this. I can't even remember why I started painting this guy. I know I'm going to use him in the future at some point, but I suppose he could just be a character. Couldn't he? If he's in game, he could be a character. Right. There we go. He's got two guns, this guy. He's holding one. Paint his handle silver for now. Even I might change it up later, but for now, let's make the gun all steel color, chrome or what have you. There. Yeah. He's starting to look a little better, I have to say, which is good. Got some gun clips here he needs painting. Yeah. I want to do something this Christmas, like something I haven't done. Really, I want to kind of see if we can play some. Well, we have done it a little bit, play some parlour games. Not really used to doing that sort of thing, so I think it'd be quite fun to do. Oh yeah, his eye patch, or it's not really an eye patch, it's some sort of augmentation thing over his eye. And sort of thing on the side of his head, like a tech gadget thing. Could be to help him see, target something. Who knows? I've got some awesome models to paint in the future, so I'm looking forward to that. I mean, my year, obviously my new year's not gonna, or my year even, it's not gonna be taken up with Indomitus. No. Gonna be loads of stuff. Like I say, I've got more Astra Militarum to build, but the trouble is I'm liking seeing them in their box. I don't want to. And it sounds crazy, but I don't want to take them out of the box. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, I've got Space Marines, a box of Space Marines, and I really want to get some Space Marines built for my Indomitus side, because I don't want them to be all Primaris. I want to have some ordinary Space Marines in there as well, to make it look like they've been campaigning and warring for quite some time. There's still a few of the old Space Marine types left. That would be good. Okay, let's do part of this bell. I wasn't even going to do this. I wonder if we can watch X-Files tonight. That would be good. I don't have to get up early tomorrow because I'm on a late tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday, so Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday I'm on late, so working till midnight. Not fun. Not my favourite pastime. Bit of another reason why I'd like to get another job, because the hours kill, especially for someone with my condition. Actually, I'm going to paint the whole middle. Yeah, the hours kill. I do struggle to stay awake with those hours. I do manage it, of course, but I do get periods of fatigue. Whereas your conventional day shift hours, easy peasy, no problemo. I can do those, no bother. So Christmas Day and Boxing Day, I have those days off now. I was scheduled to work them, but finally I managed to get those days off. First time I've had Christmas off in a long time, actually. Yeah. Happy with those. Natural steel, eh? I'll do the spiky bits on this weapon here on this Age of Sigmar model. So I'm just chopping and changing what I'm working on. That's why I like to have a few things on the go. I like to be able to pick things up and go, yep, I'll do this now. There we are. What's that one done? I believe. Oh, I never did the gold on his. Don't know why I never did that. Natural steel though. Loving it. Love the look of it. It's a great paint. Covers nicely. Nice viscosity to the paint. And pigment to medium ratio. Really nice. There's a nice fine balance when you know when it's done right. You just know, you can't put your finger on it, but you know certain paints you use a lot, and you can tell, you will know whether they are good pigmentation wise or bad, or chalky or whatever it may be. You get these nuances a lot in metallics, but also things like whites. Alright, so that's that done. Okay. I'm going to check the time. So this is Christmas. Ah, wow, and our hour is just about up. It's about upon us. Whoa. I'm going to see if I can... add any blood to the blood for the blood god. Yeah, that looks good. Now he can dry. There we are. Done any on theirs. As I should do, really. Anyway, this brings me to the end of this little saga. So I'm going to end it here, guys. End of the Christmas festival. Festival? What festival? What festival is that? Do you know? Are you going? Festivities. Festive season. Where we did it on the bench every day. I got loads of stuff done. I didn't clear my bench. It's true. But from now till December the 25th, I've still got a few days of actual hobby where I've got some time. And I'm doing it while I talk because it's the end of the video. So what I will say to you is thank you for the journey. If you've got any inclinations to throw me a like, please do so. I'd love that because, you know, brilliant stuff. we are. That's his. And I think for the old nun warrior here, she can have a bit of that and a bit of that. Right. Less is definitely more. Right. Yeah, so thanks for joining me. Don't forget those questions. Are you having a good Christmas? What's about your New Year's resolutions? Tell me all about those if you're doing it. And what projects are you going to be working on in the new year? So let me know. Tell me down below what the answers to those questions are. And thank you ever so much. If you've watched all of these, right through from the 17th, then thank you. I do them for us. I do these videos for us to get stuff done, to get shit done. And I got stuff done, and I'm pleased, I'm happy. Makes me feel good. Clearing my bench, ready for a new start, new year, new models. Thank you. I had hot chocolate, so that was a bonus. Thanks ever so much. Check out my Patreon if you want to support me further, and you will gain access to exclusive videos, behind the scenes, tutorials, and more. So, thank you. Bye for now. I'll see you after Christmas. Yay! Bye!